Hi everyone, my name is Hugh. Welcome to my Strong and Stable class. They're live every Thursday at noon and they are recorded, so you can give us an email if you don't receive it. Our clinics or gym space is back open. If you do have any current or previous pain or injuries that you want to get looked at, equipment wise, we're going to use a chair today. So it could be a chair, it could be a sofa. You can kind of see what you have when we get to it. And we're going to use a band. So we're going to use like a looped band. Um, Ideally, if you do have different strengths, that would be perfect. Um, During this, I will show you modifications if you need to do any. And just to begin, we're going to do 10 bodyweight squats. So feet shoulder width apart, hips back, knees out, and just up and down, like so. Okay, so just 10 reps. Guys, after 10 reps, I'm going to go wide stance and just leaning to one side, feeling a stretch in the adductor in the groin. You just hold for 10 seconds. And change side. First, guys, next one we're going to bring the knee up and out. Up and out. So we're going to do 10 reps alternating each leg.
Is it done together?
And last one, guys. Perfect. Next one, just a standing hip flexor stretch. Heel on the ground, legs straight. Squeeze this glute. Bring this pocket forward. Just feeling a stretch here. Now, what you can also do, if this hip is out, just tuck it in. Looking for a stretch here. For 5. Now we're going to change leg. So again, heel on the ground, leg straight. Squeeze this glute, bring this pocket forward. And relax, guys. The next one, we're going to use our band. We're going to place it above our knees, like so. Now, guys, we're going to go back to our squat. And what we're going to do as we go down, hips back, push the knees wide, and then back up. So try and keep the band tension consistent. Try not to wobble. So again, just down, up. Again, down. So the band should help you feel a little bit more in the glutes. We're going to do 10 reps.
Yeah, with I don't have up to 10 pounds at home. I was like, it's to like 12 or 15 price. It's like
Perfect, guys. After 10 reps, we're going to go down to our mat. So, guys, we're going to go into our kneeling position. One knee down, one foot up. And all we're going to do is gently rock forward, slightly squeeze this glute as we come forward, feeling a bit of a stretch at the front of the hip. We're going to do 8 one leg before changing. Guys, we're going to change knee, change foot, and again, just gently rock forward, keeping the glutes slightly engaged. Perfect, guys. Next one, tabletop position. Knees on their hips, bit of a gap, hands on their shoulders, bringing one leg out to the side, and just gently rock the hips back towards the heel and back up. We're going to do 8 reps one leg, and then change leg. Just feeling a stretch in the inner thigh. Okay, guys, after 8 reps, we're going to change leg. Again, just nice and gently rocking back. Okay, guys, next one, we're going to go back to our kneeling hip flexor position, but we're going to have the knee that's up at an angle. So we're going to kind of rock towards the knee. So for me, it's kind of like around 10 p.m. if straight ahead is 12 p.m. And we're just going to rock sideways. So looking for a stretch on the knee that's down, bit at the front, bit on the inside of the groin as well. We're just going to do 8 each leg. So again, we usually have the knee in front, but we're just going to bring it out to the side and we're just going to rock to the side. Perfect, guys. After 8 reps, we're going to change leg. So again, this time maybe around 2 o'clock if straight ahead is 12 o'clock. Again, just rocking out to the side, looking for a stretch. A bit more in the inner thigh. Perfect, guys. Once you've done 8 reps, we're going to lie on our back, one leg straight, wrap the fingers around the back of the thigh, and just 8 reps, straighten the leg back down. So this one's just mobility, guys. Doesn't have to be too intense. Again, nice and slow. Guys, just 8 each leg.
Oh yeah, and
Right, guys, we're going to use our band again, placing it above our knees. So, now with this one, guys, we're going to do legs straight, so shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle in a line. We're going to rock the top hip over, feet pointed up towards us, and lift the leg up, back down. We're going to feel it in the glute and the hip. We're going to do 8 one leg before changing and completing 8 with the opposite leg. Perfect, guys, and again you can change side after 8. Nice and slowly lift up, try not to swing it, so try not to so just really trying to isolate that glute. Now guys, once you've 8 done, we'll keep the band on. We're gonna lie on our back. All we're gonna do is lift our knees up, keep the knees bent, and just hands on our stomach, push the lower back into the ground, continue to breathe. Should feel it in our abdomen, and relax. We're going to do 4 more reps. If it's slightly easy, you can just bring both knees out a small bit. Try not to include a 5-second hold, keeping the back pushed up. And relax. And do 3 more reps. Back up. 5. And back down. Last 2 reps up. Push the lower back down. And relax. And last rep. Push the lower back down for 5. 1 and relax. Okay, so we're going to go into our view bridge. So with the band above the knee, we're going to have a few inches of a gap between the feet. We're going to push the knees wide, slightly engage our core, and just think about bringing the hips up, breathe out as we lift up. Back down. We're going to do 10 reps. You can add a small pause on top. You may feel a stretch at the front of the hip, especially as you get nice and high. That's fine. Kind of pushing up from the heels as well. Perfect, guys. After 10 reps, we're going to place the band around our feet. Okay, so bend around the feet. We're going to have our feet pointed up towards us. We're going to drive the knee up, back down. We're going to do 12 reps, alternating side. Should be in the hip and a bit in the shin. We're going to have a 90-degree angle up the knee as opposed to having the knee bent. If you do need to change the band strength, you can, or just go as high as you can, okay? Perfect, guys. Last 2, we're going to go back to our glute bridge. This time without the bend. Now I'm just going to bring the feet further away. Core slightly engaged, lift the hips up. This time we should feel the hamstrings. We're going to do 8 reps. Up, back down. We're going to do our tabletop position. We're going to bring the opposite hand, opposite knee up and alternate side. Feeling it in the stomach. Nice and slow. If this is a bit easy, you can bring the opposite hand, opposite leg out to the side. Again, nice and slow, keeping everything stable. Keeping the stomach braced. We're going to do 4 more reps.
Over here.
Perfect, guys. Grab a quick drink. We're going to move on to our standing exercises. Okay, guys, so we're going to go into our split squat. Now, we can use like a chair or like a sofa if we need to. So our split squat, we're going to have all the weight on the front heel. Think about bending the hip, pushing the knee out. So this is our split squat. We're going to aim for 8 to 10 reps. If it's a bit easy, the progression is elevating the back leg, okay? Keeping all the weight on the front heel, up and down. The higher the height, the more challenging it will be. So this one is called a Bulgarian split squat. Trying to keep the front heel on the ground, knee slightly out, bending the hip, okay? You can try 1 or 2. If it's too challenging, you can just go back to your split squat. You're going to aim for 8 to 10 reps each leg. Again, think about bending the hip, making sure the knee follows the second toe in, so the one beside the big toe. Guys, after 8 reps, you can change leg. So just using that chair if we need to, or that height for Bulgarian split squat if we need to. All the weight on the front heel, thinking about going down and up, bending the hip, or we can stay on the ground. Aiming for 8 to 10 reps.
We're just going to stay from 0 degrees up to like 90 for now. And that's against the wall.
Perfect, guys. Once we finish those, we're going to go back to using our band. So we're going to place the band above the knees. Now, guys, there's 2 variations. There is one where we don't use the chair as an assistance. So let me just pull this back. So we're going to go hips slightly back, knees soft. So just keep the knees slightly bent. And we're going to lift the leg out and back in. So we should feel it in the glutes that's moving. If you do need a bit of balance assistance, you can use a chair or a table. So you'll feel it in the one that's moving, but this one also has to stay stable. We're going to do 8 to 10 each leg. Depending on the thickness and strength of your band, you will have to dictate how difficult it is. So again, just a bit of a side view. Again, just lifting it straight out. Feeling it here. Now guys, once you 8 to 10 done, you can change leg. So the exact same motion, out, back in. Perfect. guys. The next one we're going to do, guys, we're going to have the band around the ankles, keeping the hips nice and straight. So I'm trying to bend the hips, and all we're going to do, bend the knee, get it to around 90 degrees, keeping the knees together. We're going to do 8 one leg, and then 8 opposite leg as we come up, feeling in the hamstring. You guys, with your feet done, you can change legs. So again, just bending the knee, feeling the hamstring. Perfect, guys, we're going to keep the band around the ankles, and what we're going to do, so we've usually done a crab walk sideways, where we're going to like take 2 steps forward, maybe 3 steps, and then back. So we're kind of going back in a diagonal, forwards in a diagonal, keeping the knees out. So we don't want this where the knees are in, we want them out. So again, we should feel this in the hips. Again, nice deliberate steps, and slow it down if you need to make it more challenging, as well as taking wider steps, keeping the knees out. Perfect, guys. We're going to do one more out and back. This one. Perfect, guys, we're just going to take the band off there. Now, guys, we're going to go into our single leg balance. So we're going to go legs straight, hips straight. So this one we're going to feel more in the ankle. So hip straight, leg straight, just going up onto the ankle. If it is a bit easy, close your eyes for a second and open them again. Or if you want to add a bit of movement, we can kind of lean forward a slight bit. So lean forward.
Right. Another thing you can do is like a spoon or a yoga block. Squeeze, squeeze your knees together. Good. Grab up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That's also going to be quite heavy.
Just making sure that our hip isn't coming out. That this is.
Cool. So those two.
And guys, we're going to change leg. Just shake that one out.
As you go
again, keeping the hip straight, knee straight. Ankle. So feeling an ankle. Okay, guys. Closing our eyes for a second or two and opening them again. Okay. Again, if we need to lean forward, we can. And back. Okay, guys. And relax, guys. We're just going to shake out both legs. We're going to go into our lateral squat. So feet wider than usual. We're going to have all the weight on the right foot. We're going to bend the hip back, push the knee out, keeping this leg straight, feeling it in the right hip, and come back up. So again, hip back, knee out, up. So pretend you're kind of skiing or skating, and you're pushing after that. So what you can do is slowly down, quick up. We're going to do 10 each leg. If you feel too much of a stretch here, you can bring this leg closer in, making sure all the weight is on the right foot. Okay, guys, after 10 reps, we're going to change leg.
All right, so second.
So all the weight on the foot, get back to the out, drive
Right
up.
through the feet into the ground. Starts to come up, even before neck is active. Good. And you should feel the legs working in this direction. Good. So you're gonna do set of feet, about 2 to 3 sets.
Just looking to feel it in the glutes.
Time and tiredness allowed. Okay. More legs, right, in this scenario. The idea, the end goal is to get these guys active enough where we don't need
Perfect, guys, and relax.
You just feel it in the legs.
We're going to use our mat and we're going to use our chair or whatever sofa we have for the next one. So I'm going to progress the hamstring one. So the usual hamstring one is our glute bridge, feet slightly further away. What we're going to do is we're going to place our knees on the chair, knees slightly bent,
Elbow on the ground.
core engaged, and just lift up.
Back until we feel that side. So it doesn't, you don't always have to go too hard.
Yeah. So looking to feet in the hamstrings.
Easy stretch. Come forward. All right, good. So we're setting
We're aiming for 8 reps. You can add a small pause on top
Red in between.
if we need to.
In our frog position, we're going to sit back. Until we feel like
If this is too challenging as well, guys, just do it from the floor.
nice and relaxed. Now, while we're here, you're going to squeeze your knees together. So you're going to try to bring them together. So pushing them into the ground. In that stretch.
Perfect, guys. After this, we're going to do an adductor strengthening exercise. So we have 2 ways of doing it. One way
And you should be able to sit
is just lifting up slightly. So
because those muscles are going to
where the higher the chair or sofa, the more challenging it will be. So lying on our side,
keep that one more
we're going to push the foot into the chair, up, and back down. So I think it's like a side plank position. We're going to bring the hip up and back. If this is too challenging, guys, just add a hold. So just push the foot down, this leg down, and we'll feel this contract.
That's going to open the inner thigh. We've got stuff with the back of the
Way
leg.
to come up, okay? We're just going to do 8
All right,
reps.
man, everything looks great.
Or maybe like a 10-second hold, relax.
You can do the work.
10-second hold. Yeah, it is challenging, guys. Even 6 reps with this one.
You want to tune up every like month and a half. I'm fine with that. Whatever works best.
And guys, once you've done one side, you change the side.
I'm really happy with the for me, at the next stage is
You might find one side is easier to do, so if you need to do that hold and one side and the repetitions on the opposite side, that's perfect. So again, the hold is just pushing that foot into the chair, feeling it in the groin, and the reps is bringing
great work at keeping up
the kind of push up
and
and
the bears and everything. All right. And thank you so much for keeping up with the stuff, honestly. Make my life easy. Awesome. Very thanks. No problem. Did you do anything else? Probably. Yeah.
Okay, guys, and relax. Next one, just lying down and just allowing both knees come out. So just feeling a stretch in the groins and back in and back out. And back. Okay, guys. Next one, we're going to do our partial single leg glute bridge. So, glute bridge position. I'm going to bring one foot slightly away, having more weight on the foot that's closest. Core engaged, drive up. Should feel it more in the foot that's closest in the glute. So my right heel is closer to me. I'm feeling it more in the right glute. I'm going to do 8 reps one leg, then 8 reps opposite. To progress, bring straight the other leg, but I do want to make sure we're getting this hip nice and high. So if we're getting here, it's too challenging, so bring that foot in. So we want to get it here. After 8 reps, guys, we're going to change side.
And it's the mobility stuff, was it 2 steps? Or I guess it was not.
Yeah, I'll send that to you. That would be more calm. It's a little more consistent. For that, you need 2 sets. How are you usually available?
Okay, guys, after this one, we're going to go into our dead bug. So, knees up, lower back pushed in. This time we're going to go both feet out at the same time, keeping the back pushed down, breathing out as we push out and back in. And do 8 reps total, nice and slow. If you find the lower back kick in or the lower back come up or going too far, just really trying to isolate the core. Breathing out as we push out.
No. You'll settle the, yeah.
Let me double check and make sure I actually have the correct email.
Cool, guys. After 8 reps, we're going to use our bend again, placing it above our knees, like so. Now, guys, we're going to go into our clamshells. So, lying on our side, bring the ankles up towards the hips. Keeping the ankles and heels together, bring the top knee up and back down. Keeping the pelvis stable, just moving the hip, feeling it in the glutes. We're going to do 8 both sides. Perfect, guys. Once 8 reps are done, I can change side. So just bending the knees, keeping the feet together. If we want to push the heels together as well, it'll just help activate the glutes. Perfect, guys. We can take the sand off after 8 reps. Now, guys, the last one we're going to do is quite challenging, so you can see how you get on. So, we're going to go back to our glute bridge. So, core engaged, hips up. What we're going to do, nice and slowly walk the feet out, trying to keep the hips up. The higher we go, or the farther we go, the more challenging it will be.
You didn't see me.
So guys, we're going to do maybe 6 to 8 reps. Again, you're going to feel it in the hamstrings as you bring the feet out, as you bring the feet in, try and squeeze the glutes. Again, with each rep, you mightn't go as far, which is fine. And after 6 reps, guys, you can relax. Okay, yes. So guys, we're just going to finish with stretches. If you do need to grab a drink, please do. The first one we're going to do, guys, is we're going to have one leg out to the side, the opposite leg straight, chest nice and chest out, back straight, both hands down. Bring the chest towards the ground, just feeling a stretch in the hamstring. And guys, we're going to change side. Okay, guys, the next one we're going to lie on our back. Just bringing the knee up towards the chest. Allow the knee to go out sideways if it wants to. Just looking for a stretch around the top of the hamstring.
Ready to do your lunge on the ball. So basically, nice big step. There, and then you want to bend this knee and then try to bend it back as well. So,
hey guys, we're going to change leg.
So your left foot is leading into kind of push step, pull back a bit. You're going to go a wider step.
Lovely guys, the next one, we're going to place one ankle on top of the knee. We can either push that knee down or we can bring this hand through, wrap it around the leg. Just looking for a stretch in the hip that has the foot up. Okay, guys, we're going to change side. Perfect, guys. Next one, we're going to go into our hip flexor stretch. So keep the hip in, squeeze the glute, try and touch the wall in front of you with your front pocket. And if we do need to slightly lean forward, we can. Just looking for a stretch here. And guys, we're going to change leg. Again, just squeezing that glute. Perfect, guys. And the last one, just a calf stretch. We're going to keep the back heel on the ground. Now, if we do have something to push in against, we can use it, or we can just, so back heel on the ground and just lean forward.
If you stand on the
stretch back here, just making sure that the foot is straight, the toe pointing forward and not out to the side. I won't wear black socks the next time.
So what's your audience actually?
Good job, guys, and we can switch leg. If you preferably want to stretch it by bringing the foot up on like a book, feel free.
This is here from you.
Again, there's a couple of different ways you can stretch the calf. We'll hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job, guys. That's our strong and stable class. Gym and clinic is back open, so if you do have any questions, feel free to give us a call. And these will be on every Thursday at noon, and they are recorded. I'll see you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.